It is overcast and looks gross, but it is really warm and beautiful here today. And look how green it is. Amazing.
Shamrock Creek.
We have been slowly decking out. We've just been buying 2x6 by 8 framing lumber. You know, decking material is it. I can't even explain to you how stupidly expensive it is, and I refuse to pay the kind of ridiculous money. Trex is, you know, it's almost $30 a board right now, and even cedar or nice finished decking wood is, I think when we looked today, they were around $18 to $25 a board. No way. So what we thought was like, it might be kind of fun actually to use different boards we have and some older boards and some newer boards and kind of mix and match them and do a pattern and just start slowly building around the deck. So we've been doing that, and we actually did a bunch a few weeks back. We got a bunch going over there. I'm going to continue when I have time. It's great. Like when we have some downtime or we're just kind of hanging out, I just go over here and just nail boards on, and it's been working pretty good. So we're slowly working our way all the way around. So you can see we're just using framing lumber, like who cares? One of the things we'll probably do is that we have a lot of options now once this is done. Before it goes gray, we could paint it, we could stain it. We'll find something fun to do with it. But you can see we just did kind of this cool alternating pattern on the corners here. And then, you know, some of the boards are short, some of them are long, they're different sizes. Our goal was that 2 boards side by side will never have a seam together. Other than that, the pattern is whatever we make it. So as we go, we just kind of put in boards as they fit, and that's been kind of fun. I think it'll make it super unique when it's done. So we'll keep you posted on that as we go along. Well, it's been a while since we did a video. We've been doing a lot of stuff up here on the weekends, a lot of small projects and things, and mostly a lot of interior work. So haven't really shot a lot of video of that. Spur of the moment, we'll do something and I'll be, oh, I forgot to record that. So anyways, this weekend we'll record some stuff. We're going to get all the solar panel mounting system up, the IronRidge rails and all that. We'll try to get that done. Do some interior work. It'll depend on the weather. All right, so we're going to start marking the roof line to get the IronRidge rails up for the solar panels. So we're going to go up there now, get all that marked out so we can put the brackets in and hopefully get some rails up today. That'd be great, because then it's just a matter of putting panels up. Up here marking everything out. So we just pulled 2 chalk lines off the trusses. So we know where the bottom part is. We can mark that with the end of the chalk line. At the top, since we don't quite know where the truss is, we measured from the edge over, and then I pulled some shingles up, drilled a pilot hole. On that one we missed just barely, so I marked over a little bit so we know right where the thing is, and then we snapped the chalk line on that. And then on this one we measured from that line over at each end, and that one we nailed, so it's spot on. So now we're gonna go to the next one. All right, so now that we got all the chalk lines dropped for all the way across, because we put the stove in a different spot than we had planned, we shifted the other set of panels to the other side of the building. So we had to remeasure that, which was no big deal. Then what we did was the rods are 14 feet long, or the rails are 14 feet long. So we measured that out, and then each rail has 4 mount points to the roof. So we measured a foot down from each end to start, and then 3 feet in the middle, or every 3 feet in the middle to get all 4 mounts. So as you can see, those are, hopefully you can see, those are marked with the blue chalk. So at each point where the red line and the blue line cross is where we'll put them out. So we're going to try to get that started. Okay, so now we're going to put the flashing brackets on that hold the IronRidge rails. So that's these pieces, and what you do is you pop up some shingles, you slide this up underneath, so there's marks on the sides where you can line everything up, and then you pre-drill a 1/4 inch hole where the 2 chalk lines meet. This slides up underneath the shingles. You drop this bolt through the hole you just drilled, which holds it down. You don't have to do any nailing on this piece. You don't have to put any sealant or anything on it. One thing they do recommend is the hole you drilled, you dump some sealant in there just in case, but we'll be doing that for sure. And then once that's done, these pieces, which are the part that hold the bracket or hold the rail, actually just lock on there and you're good to go. So these are nice because you don't have to do any nailing or anything. So let's give it a try. probably should have pried this up first.
Nobody's shooting.
Actually pretty nice out today. Was a much clearer this morning, mostly overcast as you can see this afternoon, but it's not very cold. It's just a little bit of a chill in the air from the breeze, but sprinkled on and off, but not really rained much. So just keep working up here until we get dumped on. But while we're doing that, Michelle got a nice toasty fire going in the stove, so I thought I would share that. This will be nice and warm when I get down in there. All right, let's put some more on. So we're just sliding under the shingles to find the nails that are there, and if they are, we pry them up a little bit. These are pretty short, so I haven't really hit many nails so far. So I'm gonna test this, make sure it lines up best with the shingles. I don't have to exactly hit my mark, as long as it's close, because you won't see any of this anyways once we're mounted. So I'm trying to, if I don't have to bump the next level of shingles, I try not to, because that I have to pull nails, but it also gives me full coverage of another shingle. So that seems to work pretty good. Didn't have an adapter with me to get the socket onto a drill, which would have been way easier. But then I would have needed a second drill because I'd have to keep switching the bit out if not. So I've just been using the ratchet, and yeah, it works good enough. Well, we got our afternoon rainstorm that we thought we'd get. I mean, I wouldn't call it a storm. It was just kind of a drizzly, gross mess. So I started getting wet, so I came down off the roof, and I'd done about 12 of the brackets, so we needed 4 more to finish the 2 first sets of rails. And then we went inside and we worked on some other stuff. We're working on the doors for the outside cabinet where the electrical will go. So we got that door built. It's nice because we can step out on the covered porch to cut wood and then go inside and assemble stuff. So that was great. We were totally out of the rain. And then we had a break in the rain, like real quick. We're like, hey, let's go out there and check it out. And really fast, we just put some rails up. And I didn't have time to grab the camera because we were like, hey, we don't know how much time we have. I'm just going to get this done. So I did not video any of it. However, we did get 4 of the rails up. So far side here, there'll be 4 panels on that. This set here, 4 panels on that. We had intended to do the next 4 panels right here. However, when we moved the stove, the pipe came through, as you can see, so we couldn't quite fit them in there. We just moved the next set, which is not done. You can see I did the first 2 here. We do have another set of rails, about 4 sets, and we're going to just hang on to that. And if we decide we need more panels down the road, we can go on the other side of the house, or we could go, below or above the stovepipe if we had to. Anyways, that's super exciting. Been waiting forever to get that done. These IronRidge railing systems are awesome. If you're a DIYer and you don't want to spend a few bucks, I mean, they're not that expensive, but they're a little more than doing it yourself with electrical strut, which is great, but can be a big pain. And these days, I don't even know if strut's cheaper. On a shingle roof, highly recommend using something like this. It's so easy to install. IronRidge does not sponsor us, but give them some kudos for such a great system. The way those flashing pieces work and how they seal is amazing, as long as you hit a truss. And as you saw earlier, it's just a matter of measuring them out and chalk marking them. For the rails, these little guys just slide into the channel and then they lock into the little brackets right there. Super easy. And that completes all the IronRidge rails on this side. So this will hold 12 panels, 4 in each row, 3 rows. And then like I said, we have another set of rails for 4 more panels. If we need to, we can expand either around the pipe or even on the other side here, because we do get a lot of late day sun over there. So we'll see how things go and add those if needed. But the next thing now is installing panels. Getting those up here will be fun. And these are grounding clamps, so these actually lock into the channel on the rail and you tighten them down, and then when you run your like 10 gauge grounding wire that goes down to a grounding rod or down to your solar equipment, which should be grounded, comes up here and it touches one of each rail. So the touch one rail and the panel will ground across the other rail, so that gets everything grounded to earth. So you just need one of these per pair of rails for each section of panels that you have. So I'm gonna mount these on and then we're pretty much done other than mounting panels.
Hey.
Last time I was up, I did a bunch more work on the electrical cabinet that was here. We had kind of a drizzly day, and the way the wind was blowing, there was no water or rain over here, so it's easy to work outside because it's really warm. So I did get that done. We've got the shelving at the bottom that holds all the batteries, and then some plywood. I had some scraps. It's actually really nice finished plywood, but they were laying around. I wasn't using them, so those are on there to mount all the electronics on. We did get the door built for this today when it was raining. We went inside and built the door, so I will try to get that mounted here pretty soon, but we want to get the panels and stuff first. We're getting close. I'm super excited. Well, it's end of a nice weekend. We got a whole bunch of stuff done. We were down at the creek today and it's gorgeous down there, so I did take a little video. I'll see if I can edit that in or not, but yeah, it's beautiful down there. We could have just stayed there all day, but alas, time to head home and get through another week, and we'll be back up next week. Panels are here, so next weekend we'll start trying to haul some panels up, see how that goes. Put the door on the electrical cabinet, which is pretty much ready to go. On the inside, this weekend, while it was kind of crappy out on and off when it rained, we'd go work inside, and we actually finished all of the interior wall framing, including everything for the doors and stuff. And we have the doors in the cargo container here, so we will install those as well as soon as we get a chance. But interior wise, we're ready to just start doing electrical. So we have pretty much everything we need, almost all the light fixtures. We have all the electrical boxes, wire, everything we need to wire the place and run it back to the cabinet where we can hook it into the solar. So until next time, hopefully it won't be so long between videos. We'll see how it goes, and we'll talk to you then.